Hey YouTube, I have a bit of a special vlog coming for you today. Don't know how I always end up filming in strapless tops, so we're further from the camera so you can see that I do in fact have on a shirt. But we are actually going to be starting our Throne of Glass journey today. I'm so excited. I have cutie little bookmark relating to the series, like little annotation tabs that match the book. I am so excited to start this. I've heard nothing but good things. So we are going to go to my favorite reading spot. We're going to go to the Botanic Gardens in my area. And I am going to start my Throne of Glass journey. I am so excited. So this was my little reading setup for the day. It was so nice to just come here, get to start Throne of Glass, hang out in the sunshine, and enjoy all of that. They were setting up for an event when I was there, so that's what all of that stuff is. But yeah. Hey YouTube, I'm here. I am trying to decide what I want to do with the rest of my day. I have been chilling at the garden, but they are like setting up for a big event. So I am trying to decide if I want to stay here. I definitely want to go get some lunch at some point. I am debating going to like the thrift store, the book off at the mall near my house because I really like it there. They have like a store that's everything is $1 that's like really cool. But also it is like such a nice day that I kind of do want to just be outside. Like this is where I'm sitting right now. I have started Throne of Glass. I have some thoughts already. I don't know if they're popular thoughts. I think I may be having some unpopular opinion thoughts actually about this book, but yeah, I've been having a good day. I feel like today is one of those days where I'm frustrated that I feel like there's not enough time in the day to do everything that I need to do. And to be honest, filming doesn't help with that because filming takes so long, but I don't know, I really do enjoy it. It's just I feel like it's hard to balance like doing everything that I want to do with like still having to work and like my adult responsibilities and stuff. So, guys, I had to cut myself off because so many people just walked through where I'm sitting. But this is my little setup. Part of me kind of wishes I had brought food here like I usually do because then I feel like I would just like chill here for the next couple hours. But I don't know. I kind of also want to like go do some other stuff today, so we will see. All right, guys, this is the start of my Throne of Glass reading vlog. I do have a shirt on. Feel like I should say that. But I started Throne of Glass today. I took the book to my favorite reading spot. Show you guys. There's the book. Here is where I'm at. I'm at the Botanic Gardens near my house. I I think, about 7 or 8 chapters in, and so far I am enjoying it, but I also feel like I can kind of tell that this was written before SJM's other books. I have read A Court of Thorns and Roses. I've read all the books that are out in that series from her, but I have not read Throne of Glass or Crescent City. And I kind of feel like I can tell that this was written before ACOTAR because I feel like her writing really improved by the time she was writing ACOTAR. So I don't know. This book is just so far, it's different, which is not to say my arm hurts. It's not to say that I'm like not enjoying it or not having fun because I am, and I am like very invested in like Selena's story so far and everything. But I don't know. I think it just has so far has not quite been what I expected it to be. I will also say that much like ACOTAR, I went into this knowing a couple of like massive spoilers. So there is kind of part of me that wishes that I didn't know those things because I feel like I would have been a little bit more excited if I didn't know these like massive spoilers about the series. My first Throne of Glass update. I did make an update when I was reading this at the garden, but I felt like I wanted to like sit down in my filming spot and actually give a proper update. First thing I will say, got my lunch, came home, my book fell out of my bag, like a bunch of shit fell out of my purse onto the sidewalk, and it just got like fucking crunched. The edge got so crunched, which is like, it's fine. It's just annoying. Um, but I read for probably about an hour. I feel like I was definitely a little distracted at the garden today because they were like setting up an event where I was sitting. It was a really busy day there. Normally I feel like I go later in the day where there like aren't as many people, but there were like a ton of people there today and I could like hear people chatting and it was just like a lot. I definitely feel like I wasn't able to focus and read the same way that I normally would being there. So I read for about an hour. I got to chapter 11. I'm on page 76. I'm going to start with some unpopular opinions. So I am having to remind myself that with reading ACOTAR, book one was good, but book one was only 4 stars for me. It wasn't until we got to book two, book three, where I was like 5 stars, infinity stars, like, yes, 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 yes. Book one, you got to give it time to cook. And I am remembering that we have to give it time to cook. One thing I will say that I did say when I was filming at the garden is I feel like you can tell that this was written before A Court of Thorns and Roses. The writing style is very different compared to what I have already read from SJM. So I think I'm having a little bit of trouble adjusting to that because I think it's not quite what I expected based on having read ACOTAR. I also do wonder, like, I love so many different book genres, but I know that this is more like young adult high fantasy in comparison to something like ACOTAR, which is adult romantasy. And I think there is just part of me that, as an adult, prefers adult romantasy. However, I'm so early into this that I don't know if I'm just making these judgments and they're unfounded. You know what I mean? Like, maybe when I finish this book, I'm going to be like, oh shit, never mind. Like, maybe I will like this more than ACOTAR. Who knows? I will also give the update that one of my most highly anticipated, almost knocked that whole stack over, highly anticipated books, highly anticipated new releases of this year, The Exquisite Torment of Loving Your Enemy by Brigitte Knightley, just came in today. I had kind of thought that it was delayed because I hadn't got like tracking updates for it. Also, I got the signed edition. Yay! But I thought this was delayed, so I started Throne of Glass today, and now this is here, and I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm enjoying Throne of Glass, but also, like, this is literally one of my most highly anticipated reads for the whole year. So there is part of me that, like, wants to put a pin in Throne of Glass and then go to this. But I think what I'm gonna do is finish the first book, Throne of Glass, and then pause the series, read this, and then go into book two. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. But yeah, I am excited to keep reading. I'm excited to give you another update. I feel like I sounded a little too negative in this. I do have to say I am enjoying this, and I can tell that it's going to be really interesting to watch Celaena like go on her character journey and see how all of that turns out. So, I am excited to keep reading this. That's going to be most of my update for today. Oh, the other thing that I had kind of touched on in my clip from the garden is just that, like,
I went into this knowing a massive spoiler already. When I looked up this morning how to pronounce Selena, I saw a fucking massive spoiler again. And I know that this series is old. I know that book 1 has been out for I think over 10 years at this point. So like I know the series is old. I know you can't expect people to not talk about it and spoil it, but at the same time it is really frustrating and I feel like this morning I was so fucking excited to get into reading it and then I saw that massive spoiler and I feel like it like cut the enjoyment factor like in half. So I don't know. I don't know. This is also to say that all of these vlogs are likely going to be full spoiler vlogs, but I will include those fucking spoiler tags. You will see it on the screen, you will see it in the title, I will say it with my mouth. So if you have not read these and you don't want things to be spoiled, just don't watch these videos. I have many other videos you can choose from if you don't want this series to be spoiled for you, because I will be talking about spoilers as I go through all of these vlogs. Also, last thing, I am going to try to make these vlogs a lot shorter than my ACOTAR vlogs. Editing down my ACOTAR vlogs was like a lot because for some of the vlogs there were like over an hour of footage. So I'm going to try to give less updates. I think I'm probably going to give another update when I'm like at the halfway mark, like somewhere down in here, and then an update when I finish the book. I am back in one of my favorite reading spots with a Throne of Glass update. So I finished book 1. I did finish Throne of Glass. I enjoyed it. I feel like it was a solid, probably 4-star read for me. It did take me a little bit to feel more invested in it and to feel more connected with the characters, but once I got there, I was really there. Like, I really do like Selena now, and I really love Dorian. I really love Chaol. I have now started Crown of Midnight. I will say, I think these videos are going to be a little different than my ACOTAR videos in that I'm probably going to do less updates per book, and I think I'm going to do multiple books in one video. So this video will definitely be Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and possibly Assassin's Blade, depending on how many updates I film, because I don't want these videos to be super, super long like the ACOTAR videos were. But yeah, I have started Crown of Midnight. I am enjoying it. I feel much more invested. Like, I feel a lot more invested in the characters and their journey, especially now that we've like seen some of the magic. I will say a couple of things. One, I really, really like Chaol. I think his name is dumb. I think it's dumb that his name is Chaol. He sounds like a hippie. Like, that's a vegan name. But um I really like Chaol. I really like Dorian. I like Selena. I love Nehemia, and I love Nehemia, and I never hear or see anybody talking about her. So I'm really curious, like, how her part of the story is going to play out. I feel like I had a couple other thoughts and now they're gone. What else did I want to say? Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Is that I kind of am getting the feeling with Chaol like I had with Tamlin, where I kind of feel like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop because I know that there are a lot of people that don't like Chaol or like really hate him. So I'm really curious as to like what's going to happen with that because as of right now, I personally really like him. Is this footage going to be upside down? Hmm. Well, I guess we'll see. Crown of Midnight update. So I said in my video earlier that like I know everybody hates Chaol. I don't know why. I got to the part where also spoilers for Crown of Midnight. If you have not read Crown of Midnight and you don't want it to be spoiled, don't keep watching this video. I'll give you a second. But I have got to the part in the book where Nehemia dies. Nehemia is killed, which also makes a lot of sense why people don't talk a whole lot about Nehemia, because she's only a character, or only a living character, I presume, in the first two books. But she is killed, and Celaena is pissed that Chaol kept everything from her. I am kind of in the camp that Chaol didn't technically do anything wrong. Like, he thought that the king was testing him. He thought that if he told Celaena, it was going to lead to, like, their relationship being found out, and it was going to lead to, like, more death. So I understand why he didn't tell her. I'm very sad that Nehemia died, but then also that one page chapter with Nehemia talking about how one of them needs to break. Like, Nehemia knew that she was gonna die. I don't know. It was crazy. I know that a lot of people hate Chaol. I just can't. I feel sad for him. My heart breaks for sad little Chaol. So yeah, those are my thoughts. But I mean, I get it now. Like, I get how people get to the point of not liking him. I personally just don't feel like he wasn't doing anything malicious. Like, yes, it resulted in something really bad, but I kind of feel like he thought he was doing what was right, and he thought he was doing, like, I mean, he did the best he could. But yeah, I'm like heavily invested, especially now that I can tell we're going to get, like, not, I don't want to say like Celaena's villain arc, because I don't consider her a villain. I think she's doing the right thing, but I am very, very excited to see where this goes. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of my updates for today.
Okay, another Crown of Midnight update. So I am at chapter 43, I think. Celaena has just killed the witch. She killed Yellowlegs, which Yellowlegs really freaked me out. So, but I will say I am having a moment where Chaol is starting to piss me off. It wasn't even him keeping the secret about the threat to Nehemia's life. It's more that now he's trying to figure out who Celaena is or was, and that he doesn't trust her in that way. And that is actually really pissing me off. So I just wanted to give that update because I can see both sides in the argument. I could see where people are like, he is loyal to the crown, he's loyal to the king and to Dorian, but I can also see now where people get irritated with Chaol.
All right, so I just finished Crown of Midnight. I have a lot of thoughts. A lot happened in that last part of the book. This is going to be another reminder that these are spoiler videos. So if you don't want that spoiled, click away. But I knew the spoiler that Celaena is Aelin, that she is Aelin Ashriver Galathinius, and that, like, she's the heir to Terrasen. I knew that. So that was not shocking to me because I went into this series knowing that spoiler. However, the fact that she's Fae, I did not know that at all, which that was an exciting twist. I knew that she was going to eventually have power because that is actually a spoiler that I know about the final book. I know that, which again, spoiler for the last Throne of Glass book, but I know that she does lose her power at the end of the book. So I did know that. I do know that. But I was not expecting her to be Fae. I was really shook by that. Dorian having power has been another, like, really cool storyline, and I'm really excited to see where that goes and how he uses it. I am very sad that Nehemia died. I will say this book did actually make me cry. I cried a little bit at the end of Throne of Glass, and I cried a little bit throughout this as well. The part where Fleetfoot is like waiting for Nehemia, and then when she shows up through the portal, like that just like annihilated me. I was also like super scared that if anything happens to Fleetfoot, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I just feel like I should say that now, that if anything happens to Fleetfoot, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. But yeah, I don't know. I really, really liked Crown of Midnight. I feel like Archer makes so much sense that he was like behind everything. Once that clicked, I was like, oh shit. And then Kale, I feel like he's such like a complex character, and as much as I disliked him starting to distrust Selena, I feel like the way he loves her and the fact that like he literally said that like he would be like in his mind, like how it's literally said on the pages that like he would be happy to be unalived if that meant like saving Selena and Dorian. That really got me. I I have really, really enjoyed this book. I liked Throne of Glass. That was like solid 4 stars for me. I want to say that this is like a solid 4.5 star read for me. The only reason that it wasn't pushed up to 5 is because this does still kind of feel like exposition. It feels like it's giving you the backstory and the information for the rest of the series rather than like a book that could stand on its own, which maybe it's just been a while since I've read a longer series like this. But yeah, it was a solid 4.5 star read for me. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Kept me on the edge of my seat. I was really, really interested the entire time. So I am so excited to start Assassin's Blade. I feel like it is going to break my heart, but I feel like it's going to be so, so worth it. I will also say I'm filming this on August 1st, and we have August, September, and part of October before the next ACOTAR book comes out, if I'm remembering the timeline correctly for that. I'm sure it's October 27th. So I have the next 6 books of I have the next 6 books of Throne of Glass that I have to get through, and then the 3 Crescent City books. So I'm a teeny bit stressed because I feel like to keep on track, I'm going to have to read at least 5, if not the rest of the 6 books that are in this series before the end of August. So it's August 1st as I'm filming this. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get through at least 1 book per week throughout this upcoming month. Um, just so I can be on track with also reading Crescent City and everything before the next book comes out. But yeah, I really, really loved this. I thought it was a really, really good book. And I really do love Selena as a character, and like seeing her get to be a really like unhinged badass, kind of like let that other side of her out in this book was really, really exciting. But yeah, that was something that I really enjoyed. I got cut off. My storage is running out, so I have a feeling that this is going to be the end of this video, and this first video will just be the first 2 books, and then the next vlog will be the next 2 or 3 books in the series. So yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that I will see you in my next one, and I hope that you will follow along for the rest of my Throne of Glass journey. Bye!